Yep. That is what we are talking about. That is what we're talking. Hello. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Yep. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining. Thank you. It's a special day, it's a special show, it's a special event. We are seeing tremendous things, miracles happening in the struggle, and it's a plus for us. And we are seeing La Republic suffering the economic malaise, the economic crisis that is facing La Republic because they are fighting Ambazonia. The war they declared on Ambazonia is a useless war, and you can see the economic backlash against the La Republic is tremendous. So today we're going to talk about certain issues, but let's first of all talk about our brother Abdul Karim, because the way they are treating Abdul Karim is synonymous to the way they are treating our people in incarceration. You cannot take people who are civilians. They have committed no crime. They are political activists. They are people who are voicing their political opinion. They are asylum seekers. They are refugees. They are people who want change, who want something, who are voicing out their own opinion. You take them and put them in jail. This is Abdul Karim. When you see the way Abdul Karim is in this photo, you can tell the kind of mistreatment that he's going through in incarceration, in the dungeons of La Republic prison, where they torture you without remorse. This young man is an activist. His only crime is just because he's fighting for his country. His only crime is that he is a political activist. He committed no crime. He stole nothing. He has no criminal record. He was first arrested. This is the second time that he's been arrested. But what we hear is that he's undergoing medical deprivation, and which is against the normal laws of any land. You cannot deny people who are incarcerated medical attention whatsoever. You saw most of the prisoners who died, who passed away because of mistreatment, because of lack of medication, because of lack of good food. Those are things that is the right of every prisoner, of every offender or inmate. You cannot deprive inmates of food, medical attention, or any other thing that they deserve while they are incarcerated. But it doesn't happen like that in La Republic. The treatment these people are undergoing is far worse than you can expect. That is why we are voicing now to the international community to know that La Republic has incarcerated thousands of Southern Cameroonians who are languishing in their dungeons, and they have no crime. Okay? This is what is going on. Just as Abdul Karim, the other guys, they have been asked to be released. These are 47 guys that were arrested alongside the Naira 10. The Nigerian High Court passed the judgment that these guys were supposed to be released since 2019. This is what we call the abuse, the human right abuse, the rights against the Geneva Convention that we all know must be respected by all countries. Okay, all countries, signatories or not signatories, you must respect the Geneva Convention, which is against the torture, against the inhumane treatment of prisoners of war, against the killing of women and children, against war crimes. This is what is going on, and if you cannot speak up against this kind of treatment, these guys were supposed to be released since 2019. This is how many years? This is 2023. They are still incarcerated in the dungeons of La Republique. What crime did they commit? These were guys who were seeking refuge in Nigeria. The Cameroon government went there and connived and arrested these guys. The La Republique government failed all the international norms, international treaties. You cannot go to a country and arrest asylum seekers. It is against the international law. La Republique, these guys were, some of them are even Nigerians. Some of them are asylum seekers. Some of them are refugees. But they are fleeing a war, and you go and arrest people in another country. I've never seen that in any country before. There is no way. It's only Nigeria that can send back asylum seekers when they, after due process. The country that they are fleeing from cannot go and arrest you. Okay? If you are an asylum seeker in any country in the world, the public government has no right to go and arrest you as an asylum seeker. No right. As a refugee, asylum seeker, or as a citizen of that country, they have no right. Because you are fleeing from that country. You are fleeing from, you are leaving that country as a refugee. You are leaving that country as an asylum seeker to go and seek asylum. You are seeking refuge. And the number one basis of asylum seeker are running away from a barbaric regime like La Republique, running away from a regime that will torture you. So they have no right whatsoever. They have no right whatsoever to incarcerate people that are asylum seekers, first of all. Secondly, some are refugees. Thirdly, some are Nigerians. And last but not the least, people who don't have any crime, have not been termed as criminal by any court. And the worst of all is that the Nigerian High Court of Abuja, okay, has asked these guys to be released since 2019 and be compensated. Don't forget that part. Be compensated. But this is 2023. The government of La Republique does not care. Okay, they don't care about international laws. They don't care about, because they have been backed by France. What I want to emphasize here, I want to emphasize this. These people are not criminals. They are political activists. They have just their political opinion, and they have been criminalized when it is wrong. There is no country that on earth that is allowed to try civilians in a military court. But Cameroon, as barbaric and dictatorial as they are trying civilians in military court. We know that most of the guys that have left the military, are supposed to be tried in military court. The more than 700 dissertations, more than 700 of La Republic soldiers have left the war. More than 700. They said they see no reason why they are fighting. Most of them have left. They said no use to be fighting a useless war. They abandoned their materials. You know, most of them they went to Nigeria, abandoned their materials there, and they left. Okay. We have seen many of those guys abandoning them. And when you hear what do they talk about? What do all these guys, what do they talk about? They will tell you about what they are going through. Okay? They have a lot of issues with the government. They are not being paid. They are just being neglected. A lot of issues that they complain. Okay? But La Republique, for the past 7 years now, has no reason whatsoever to even try to solve this crisis. The fact that they deny that there is even any existence of any crisis or any existence of any Southern Cameroon problem aggravated the crisis, right? Most of the frontline leaders of the Southern Cameroon have been there trying to make sure that this crisis be resolved amicably. They started by initiating the Swiss-led negotiation. The Swiss-led negotiation was initiated by the frontline leaders. They said that we need to start negotiating because we don't see a military solution in this crisis. La Republique never head to that. They went and did what they call the Grand National Dialogue. The Grand National Dialogue did not solve the problem because the dialogue was just between CPDM members, the elites of CPDM who went for a conference, and they call it Grand National Dialogue. But you cannot resolve a crisis which is at the level of international level between two countries. You want to behave as if this crisis is just between what would they usually call it, the Northwest and Southwest. But when you see the magnitude of this crisis, the international community is calling on the La Republique government to go to the negotiation table without precondition. It has nothing to do with national dialogue. Then, as if that is not enough, they went and gave what we call the special status. Okay? We are equal status, not special status. We are not slave children. You cannot give us a special status when we join you guys as on equal status. You give us a special status. For why? Why? It's not correct. Our people join you guys as to have an equal status so that you can build from there. But you manipulated everything. History would tell much about that. But now there comes 11th of February that has been banned. We don't want 11th of February. because it's just a reminder of what our people were going through and how our assimilation, the assimilation on the people of Southern Cameroon was sealed. Okay, that is why we don't want to go back to the history of how our people were tortured and how our people were manipulated. Okay, you cannot give a people a status. Okay, during a United Nations organized plebiscite on this that day, 11th of February in 1961. Okay, the British administered Southern Cameroon voted to, they voted in that plebiscite. Okay, the issue is that 1961 11th of February is not Youth Day like Republic want you people to understand. When we were young, we never knew this 11th February was a plebiscite day. Okay, a plebiscite day. It has nothing to do with Youth Day. Why should they say it's a Youth Day? Okay, and 1972 May 20th May, when Aejo canceled the federal system, they are marching. They say it's whether it's a national day of how can you use 20th May and 11th February on which are lies of the century? These days, if you look at history, 11th February is just a day of plebiscite that they gave our people two questions. Do you want to join Southern Cameroon, or do you want to join this? That is what happened. Okay, they gave our people just that opportunity to either choose to Nigeria or Cameroon, French Cameroon. That is not. These are not days that we should celebrate, because it only takes us back to the very bleak history of our people, how our people were manipulated. Because in each of these days, it was all political manipulation. Okay, they manipulated the 11th February thing. They manipulated the May 20th thing. They manipulated even the other days, or 1st of October. They want to manipulate everything. Then now they don't even celebrate their 1st of January, Independent Day of La Republique. It has nothing to do with New Year or born and anything. It's the Independent Day of La Republique. They don't celebrate it. I don't know. I've not seen a country that does not celebrate their Independence Day. They have to celebrate their independence. They should leave Southern Cameroon to celebrate their independence. We are happy to celebrate our independence. It has nothing to do with them. They are angry. Every 11th of February, every 1st of October, you see all the different units. All the Southern Cameroon forces. You see the Bafu 7 Qatar, the Manugos warriors, the Red Dragons, and the Ambalan Kui Force, the Ambalan Marine Forces, the Manugos warriors, the Menchu Force warriors, Tigers of Ambazonia, and all the warriors of So, the White Tigers and the Vipers. All these are guys who are marching on the 1st of October. Every 1st of October, you see them there marching. You don't see La Republic celebrating their Independence Day. Why? Because they want to use 11th February and 20th May to fool you people that they were a very special day, Youth Day, 11th February. That's how they were fooling us. You cannot live on lies. You cannot fool the youths all the time. Why do you lie the people? Why do you lie people like this? Even the people of La Republic does not even know most of the time that 1st of January is their Independence Day. They don't know because they don't celebrate it. Why do you keep lying people? Why not explain to people the reality of something that is going on? You lie, 11 February, you lie on 20 May, you are lying even on your own Independence Day, you lie your own people, you are still lying them. They don't even know their independence. Oh my God. If you live, if a government that live on lies and corruption, how can you survive? You cannot survive. You cannot survive. Making the people think that everything is normal. You have seen the economy, the catastrophe economy, the high rise prices. Everything is being triple the price. Everything. I don't want to mention the goods. You know that everything has been triple the prices. They just want to raise money to try to sustain the war in Ambazonia. The soldiers don't even have food to eat. That's why you see the soldiers, more than 700 soldiers have run away of just recently. They just drop their materials and go them. Okay. We are asking all the soldiers, if you are fighting in Ambazonia, this war that Biya declared, he himself does not even think well again. You are fighting for someone that does not even know that war is even going on in Ambazonia anymore. He has no control over the war. You are there fighting. Go and look for Ambazonian soldiers, hand them your material, and live like your friends. Stop fighting a useless war that you know win. It will end up in the negotiation table. Ambazonians are going to have their country. So why are you fighting? Why are you wasting your life, wasting your money, wasting everything for a war that you will not win? For the past 6-7 years, had it been you would have won, would have known. We understand you have used all the kind of policy, Scotch Ed policy and so on and so forth, but you cannot win through that. The Southern Cameroon people, Ambazonia, are determined people. Nobody will back down anytime soon. So if you think that you stay in Nozo, you call it Nozo. you stay in Nozo and survive there, my brother. You better leave. Go take to your heels. Hand your material to any of those Ambazonian restoration fighters. Give them your material and go. Don't go and waste your time and money and life there for nothing. Okay? And the government of La Republique does not even tell these people the truth. Some of these people that they say they have deserted, they all died. They died in the war. They died there. But just because they don't want the family to question them or to hold them to account, or because they don't want to compensate the families of these guys, they'll say, he's on deserté. He's on deserté. They'll say they are deserted, that they abandoned the war, they don't know where they are. But when they dig these guys' mass grave and put them there. So we are just telling the people of La Republique, they should not allow Biya and the henchmen to keep fooling them that things have gone back to normal. It's getting rough in Southern Cameroon. You saw the recent military casualties. Don't allow your children to go to this Nozo, to Ambazonia. Don't allow your children to go there. If your children is in the military, okay? Don't allow them. Okay? We hear that they are trying to bring drugs to come and drug some of the Ambazonian restoration fighters, to drug them, and so that they'll come and arrest them and all those kind of things that they're doing. Don't they think that for the past 6 years, All those things have not been worked or working, or they will use all this manipulation, all these things that are not working again. These guys, do they really think? How do you use the old method? Now we hear that they are even afraid to walk inside. When you see that, that's why most people say that this war has already been won. It's just they're just buying time. A lot of big soldiers, they are just there to buy time. Okay, we heard that story of that guy who said that some fighters even blocked the road of a certain area there. The soldiers were even afraid to go there. They were using the civilians, putting them in front and let them go, so that they were afraid of the restoration fighters. The soldiers had to put the civilians in front, and they said they should go with them, just because they were afraid. They used the civilians as a shield, and which is against international law of war. You cannot use civilians as human shield when you are also a human being. You cannot use a human being to cover you. You are a soldier. You are there to fight. You are a soldier. You cannot use civilians to cover you people because you are afraid to fight. It doesn't work like that. Now we hear that there's election. Bias has put his election date. A country that is only one man who decide, one person who can annul election, one person who can, you see. But when you see the ramification of this crisis on La Republique, okay, you see the disasters, you see all kinds of disruption of livelihoods. But do they learn from this, or do they just want to keep fooling the people that things are getting back to normal? But when you saw the recent actions by the restoration fighters on the ground, man, La Republique has a long way to go. Okay, they have a long way to go, because these guys are becoming too smart. The restoration fighters are becoming too smart. They can do anything at any time. They know, they have experience now. Okay, they have experience. You can give them a good mark on their resume. They have experience now as soldiers, because La Republique has made them to have that mindset, that heart to fight for their land. The treatment that they have seen from La Republique, the exploitation, everything that they have seen for the past 6 years, they have taken courage and say, okay, now it's time to fight or you die. Okay, they have taken to their own. So we are just making this clear. There is no election in Southern Cameroon. We have never had election because we know the CPDM will always win. Secondly, they ban election in Ambazonia ever since. So anything holding now in Ambazonia in the name of an election, there is no election. There is no election in Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia. It has been banned by the interim government. It has been banned by all the groups and all the leaders. It has been banned by the restoration fighters. So there is no election. So you who are working with the ELECAM, working with the different members of government, you're working to say you want election in Southern Cameroon. These people who call themselves senators, I don't know any Southern Cameroonian who is going to represent the people of Southern Cameroon. But you think that because you have been appointed by Bia, you can go and represent the people. And the people are saying that, please, don't go and represent us. We don't want anybody there. Come back home. Come back home. Let's declare our self determination, you are still there in Yaoundé. The senators, I'm talking to you. When you are an elected officials, and some of you are appointed senators, but you don't represent your people, how do you fit that in? When you are thinking that it's okay to go and represent the people that does not want you there, they say come back home. Majority carries the vote. Yes, you have some few people who will say stay there, but you cannot compare with the voice of the people. The majority of Southern Cameroonians don't want you people there because you are not representing them. During the elections for the past 6 years, there have been no election in Southern Cameroon. Anything was just numbers, rigging. They just carry ballot and just do things without the people's support. So you call that you have a senator, that we have senators there in La Republic? No, we don't have no senator. We don't have no parliamentarians. Because there is a due process everybody must follow. And unless you follow that process, anything you're doing is null and void. Null and void. There's no representative in Southern Cameroon. All the thing they call chiefs, house of chiefs, house of that, house of, is null and void. It's useless. It's useless. So please stay out of any election in Southern Cameroon. Stay out. Okay? Stay out. We're talking to all those black legs. All those people who I say, I'm a proud black leg. I'm a proud black leg. I wonder who tell them that you can win a fight against your people. I've never seen that. When you go and join the enemy, thinking that the enemy will see you. When you have a fight and you go and join an enemy to fight against your own people, know that you're committing some kind of crime that I cannot describe here, but you cannot go and stand on the behalf of the enemy against your own people. I don't see how you can win that kind of battle. It's a very tough battle. For all the black legs, especially those that are our people, who know that they went there to collect money, but they fool them. They fool them. Because La Republic does not have a friend. La Republic does not need you as their friend. La Republic does not recognize Southern Cameroonians in anything. So don't waste your time and be begging for crumbs. Stop begging for crumbs. Stop begging for crumbs in La Republic. Come and be your own country. A country that can call yours. Stop it. Thank you very much. And my last point is about the Bakassi Peninsula. I want us to understand the Bakassi Peninsula has been mandated and is Ambazonian land and Ambazonian territory. The ICJ passed an order already long ago that when La Republic and Nigeria were trying to fight for the land, they passed an order already. So it has nothing to do with Nigeria. It has nothing to do with Cameroon. Bakassi is the land of Ambazonia. It was there at the time of our independence. It's there now as we speak. So it has nothing to do with Cameroon and Nigeria. And that was the main statement that was made to separate or to end the war. They asked Nigeria, did you have Bakassi at the time of your independence? Nigeria said no. They asked Cameroon, did you have Bakassi at the time of your independence? Cameroon said no. They said, then why are you fighting for the land? The land doesn't belong to you. Why are you fighting for the land? So anything that they're doing, or we hear that some people say they want to take back the Bakassi land. We hear now that, yeah, is that they don't know the history of that land. They don't know. So they can say that when they go to international court, they'll show them the file. Yes, they'll show them the file that, look at the file that we won this case. So why should you go back there and be trying to do things? The land doesn't belong to you. You go and be fighting a land that doesn't belong to you. The international court already passed their judgment. So anything you're doing is not binded, it's not binding. So that's all. Stay blessed, everyone. Stay blessed. I can see you from left to right. I can see all those people online. Thank you everyone. Thank you there for being there. And we know we are in an existential fight. Okay, this fight is about the existence of the people of Southern Cameroon. Like, for we cannot have their identity, then they don't want our people to have their own identity. So we will not accept that. And we have made them to know that we are the people of Southern Cameroon. We have our own identity. Okay, an equal status, not special status. We have equal rights on earth. We cannot live our life like people who don't have full rights. You cannot give us any special status thing. We came together as one on equal status. So we must respect that. Okay. Thank you very much, and God bless you all. And we pray that more of La Republic soldiers will live, and most of them will come and hand their materials to our ARFs, and that's how it's gonna be. Though it's good for them, because most of the families want them to come back home. Most of the families want them to escape, so they just keep their materials and go. That's the best way for them to do, because they will not win the war. They will not win in court. They will not win in negotiation table. They will not win anywhere, because the land belongs to us. It's not like public land. That's why they are trying to manipulate, trying to do anything that they can do to avoid negotiation. But whether they stay 10 years, Southern Cameroon will have their normal ghost towns. They'll have their normal fight. They'll have their normal things going on. And they will not have peace in the land. They cannot have peace. You cannot have peace in our land. All the people that you have put there, from governor to this, they will not have peace. You cannot come and see somebody's land, you will come and impose on them. It doesn't work like that. You will not have peace. You saw the people of Iraq fight for their land. You saw the people of Syria fight for their land. You saw the people of Vietnam fought for their land. Now you are seeing the people of Ukraine fighting for their land. Nobody will come. Nobody will leave you. Anybody to come and take their land anyhow, and say that it will not happen. It will not happen. There are countries today that are not recognized, but they still have their country. They don't care. You care, you recognize it. That's your problem. Many countries have not recognized Taiwan. Many countries have not recognized even Hong Kong. But they have their president, they have their election, they have their parliament, they have their economy, and they have their country. It doesn't matter whether you are recognized or not. If Southern Cameroon is not recognized, we want to have our country. We want to maintain our presidency. We want to maintain what our parents left, our constitution, flag, everything. Yes, everything. So, with what these guys are prescribing to us, these federalists, they don't really understand what they are prescribing. They are prescribing that we will not have anything, no anthem, no flag, nothing. We'll just stay there, we'll probably be watching them. So we are losing our identity in anything federation that they are trying to prescribe. Whereas they are saying that we should go back to 1972. Some people say go back to but you are not fighting. You are saying that you are proud federalists. A proud federalist with no identity. You don't have identity. Your identity is not even there. You are saying that you are a proud federalist. You are proud for what? Proud for having no anthem, no constitution, no institution, no house of assembly, no house of chiefs. Nothing is there. It's just paperwork that they are doing to them there. Then they said is regionalization, or what they call decentralization. These people, some of these people are really mad. These Larboy people, they just think that we are fools. They can just do anything and say they don't know anything like. Oh my God. Anyway, we are still keeping up with them, so they can do what they want. That's their problem. This is 6 years going to 7 years, and if the more they delay the negotiation process, we want a peaceful separation, like good neighbors. That's all we want. Separate. If you have a neighbor that is disturbing you, it's not good, right? We just want a peaceful neighbor. The border, that would be at the Mongo Bridge. That would be the border between La Republic and Ambazonia. That's it. We have the custom immigration this way. They have their custom immigration. You want to go there, just maybe it's visa free. If they don't want to give you visa, we will not give them visa. If La Republic asks us visa to go to La Republic to visit Douala, they will need visa to visit Limbe or Boya. It's the same thing. Any country has diplomatic relationship. We want a peaceful separation. So whatever they're doing, they are just wasting the time. They are delaying for nothing. Our people will not accept anything less than their statehood. We want our statehood, period. So whatever La Republic is doing, that's their problem. They are giving the way they call special status, that's their problem. They can do whatever they want. They can hold conference, give all kinds of names, decentralization, regionalization, whatever they want to do. But it has nothing to do with the people of Southern Cameroon. The people of Southern Cameroon want one thing, just to make sure that they maintain their statehood. That is the number one thing we want. Statehood, not regionalization, no decentralization, nothing like that. Yeah. So thank you very much, and God bless you all. Stay blessed. Thank you for watching.